Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the Sad Goose Sports Talk. I am Big T.
And I am Skippy. Before we begin today's episode, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to make me and Timmy happy. Because we're gonna be honest, boys, it's pretty sad, but you know you keep on honking. Now, you may be wondering why we're so sad,
Take a look at
and
the
you
NFL.
and you will
Uh,
learn in about 5 minutes. But before we get to the sad, there has to be a little bit of happy. So, I was week today.
yeah. My week was pretty good, actually. What did we do? Went to the Fred Nats first playoff game, which was really awesome to see them win that game, even though things didn't really pan out for the rest
We
of
don't,
the
we don't
series.
talk about it after that.
Right, but it was an awesome first game to see them get their first playoff win. You saw me on minor league baseball TV.
Yeah.
Which I wish you were. I don't know how far behind the TV was, but you kept texting now because I was trying to get into the front so where you could get the picture, but I don't know how
But I
far
meant no,
off.
I meant when the guy was swinging.
Yeah,
That's when the
when the
camera
pitch
was
was
there.
coming, when the pitch was coming, and that's when I was doing it. But you kept texting now, and by then it was like 7 or 8 seconds afterwards, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. So that happened. So I had a little dance on. Actually, we had a Paris picnic for St. Mary's. It was fun.
Yeah, that was,
It's
I hear
always
that was pretty good.
it's always a good time. You were dead. You've been dead
I
that entire day.
wasn't dead. I was
Yes,
somewhere
you
else.
were.
I was vibing somewhere else.
You were doing what?
I was at another party, dog,
Why?
because I was invited. Nobody specifically invited me to the picnic. People just
The
expected me to
church
be
did.
there. People just expected me to be there. I was never formally invited. So,
Yeah, because what you think Father one of the priests is gonna give you a formal letter inviting you. What do you want?
okay.
You want from him, Timmy?
That would be pretty dope, though, to be honest with you, to get pastoral letter that says, you be there.
Maybe I'll just get that for next year. But yeah, that night I had a little dance with a couple friends at the very interesting Warrington. So that yeah,
Or as I've begun to call it, since some this is my people have aged out, I call it Borington.
Timmy. The only reason why it's boring for you is because you sit in the corner and watch NASCAR all night.
You did that too. Don't pretend you weren't involved in that. Don't
Listen,
pretend you were not
listen,
involved in that.
listen. No, no, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. You know that.
Yeah, that was
Anyway,
you. I'm pretty sure that was you.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, Skippy goes to an
Uh,
air show.
yes,
It
he
was pretty
did.
fun. We went down. It was actually near FedEx Field. It was the
Yeah,
airbase by there.
yeah, that's pretty
Very
cool.
cool. There was a fire truck that
Ooh,
someone decided to put a jet engine on, and so you have this
ooh.
massive flame on the end of this truck. It was cool. The actual
Wait,
show itself was pretty cool.
that's cool.
Yeah, Thunderbirds, which is always fun. I've
And
also I've actually seen the Blue Angels on a beach, which was also really cool.
yeah, that's pretty cool. And that's all we got for the happy stuff. So now we have the depressing stuff we got to cover in the
Yep.
NFL. So Washington on Detroit's first drive, Jamin Davis got a sack, so that was pretty good. The rest of the first half was an absolute hellscape as Washington fell behind 22 to nothing. And yeah, the defensive scheme, it looked like Jack Del Rio decided to it's like a Amazon or Spotify or whatever, you just hit shuffle on your playlist and you throw whatever's out there regardless of what the other team is doing. And we're down 22
Yeah.
to nothing, and by the time they make halftime adjustments, it's too late. They lose the game 36 to 29. Oh, and right now the Eagles just picked off the Vikings as it is 9 minutes 51 seconds in the
Dang.
third quarter. Yeah, okay, but yeah,
Wait, you were
Washington.
you were you were texting the little text chat. I could see this guy's descent. He was like, "Oh, wait, the defense is actually so good." Nope.
The
5 minutes
defense,
later, he went,
yeah,
oh my gosh, the defense is. No.
because
This
Jamin
man,
Davis got a
you could see
sack.
the descent. The descent that
Yeah,
this guy had
yes,
into. He spiraled into madness while
yeah,
I was at the air show. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Hey, well, you guys didn't do much better.
Yeah, so it was really very unexciting 17-14 Patriots win. Well, that's for the freaking Patriots. Hate when that happened. It's just oh my
Hey,
gosh,
we're
it's so
twins though, 1-1. Eh,
yeah. The entire crowd was chanting for Pickett to come in because
yeah,
Trubisky isn't making anything happen.
I don't think that would be a good idea to put Pickett in that early though. If it means sacrificing a season to let the quarterback develop, so be it. At least that's what I.
No,
All right, and other scores in the NFL, we had the Chiefs beating the Chargers 27-24 on Thursday night, and my quarterback Justin Herbert got his ribs cartilage destroyed or something like that. So RIP my fantasy team. And we got the Giants at 2-0. They beat the Panthers 19-16. And did you see the good old Jets beating the Browns? Joe Flacco still has it in him.
mm,
The Jets
dang,
led a massive comeback right there.
yeah.
Then you had the Jaguars, the team that Washington beat. The Jaguars beat the Colts 24-0. And holy cow, Tibor's a happy man. Did you see the Dolphins come all the way back against Baltimore?
T-Boy is a very happy man. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, I did not expect that. It was how many Tyreek Hill had a monster game. Tua had a monster game. Tua Tagovailoa went 36 of 50 for 469 yards and six touchdowns. There were two picks in there, but holy
Mm.
moly. Tyreek Hill had 11 receptions for 190 yards and two touchdowns. He had a 70 he had a 17-yard average or yards per reception. Holy cow,
Hmm.
that was really good. Then Jalen Waddle went 11 receptions for 171 yards and two scores. And yeah, before that, it was Lamar Jackson who throughout the game he went 21 to 29 for 318 yards and three touchdowns, and then he ran for a score. So that was a really good game by both sides, even though the Ravens managed to do their best Falcons impression.
Yeah.
And then what other scores do we have here? We do have also in that docket, you got the Buccaneers beating the Saints 20-10. Did you see that fight between Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore? I think that was his name.
Uh,
There was a
between
brawl. I
who?
saw
The Bucks
Mike
and the
the Mike
Saints?
yeah, the Bucks Saints fight. I saw it
Yeah,
on
I did
Twitter.
see that. That was really funny.
Yeah. And then you have the Commanders losing to the Lions. We don't talk about that one anymore. 49ers beat the Seahawks 27-7, and then the Rams beat the Falcons 31-27. And then did you see the Cardinals having a strip sack and score? It was a walk off against the Raiders all the way back.
Hmm.
And the Broncos beat the Texans 16-9. Dallas somehow beat the Bengals, who have okay. The thing about the Bengals is their offensive line is worse than Washington's, and you know that's saying something.
Yeah.
And
I
then
mean, yeah.
last night you have the Packers beat the Bears 27-10. As they
Hmm.
stand tonight, with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter, you got the Bills leading the Titans 41-7. And then with 9 minutes left in the third quarter, you have the Eagles leading the Vikings 21-7, with Jalen Hurts having a monster night. We'll
Yeah.
we'll get that stat line
Yeah,
at closer.
let's talk about fantasy. So,
My team. Yeah.
let me tell you, Tibor is driving me into the grave right now.
Oh,
Listen,
you know
my
it. He's
team
doing that to
sucks. My
everybody.
team is terrible this year. I really need a new quarterback. Tom Brady hasn't been doing squat.
I hold on. I will put this in the Zoom chat. You must pick up this guy.
Brandon Cook screwed me over. I,
You need to pick him
yeah,
up.
I know,
Trust me, you need to get him.
I am. As soon as tomorrow morning, I'm getting a new quarterback.
I
Screw
also need a
Tom
new
Brady.
quarterback on that other team.
Screw Trubisky. They are useless to me. And then
Yeah.
but I picked up the Bengals defense because Saints sucked,
Yeah,
and they also screwed me over.
You know who treated
And
me
that,
well? Nick Chubb
no,
treated me well. He was projected to get 15 points. He got me 32.9 points.
dang. Also, but I'll talk. So currently the score right now is me 95, Timor is 150. He'll probably improve for the night.
As
Um,
they stand right now, I am leading my papa 118 to 98. So a little family rivalry going on here.
there
So
you go. The funniest
oh, that
matchup,
was a
the
tackle.
the funniest matchup possible is Brendan versus the Tidy Whitey, and it's
Oh,
160,
Brendan.
160 to 66.
Who does Brendan have? Brendan
Brent,
wasn't even there for the draft, and he is
dude,
absolutely
Brendan has checked his
obliterating.
team like once, but he is actually killing us all. He had
Yeah,
Carson Wentz who did a monster game, Jalen Waddle monster game.
Carson Wentz just has monster second halves,
Yeah.
and the
But
picks don't even
then
do
you
that.
look at the other guy. He is like Kirk Cousins,
Kirk Cousins
Antonio
was
Gibson.
the thing about Gibson is Gibson fumbles too much.
Yeah,
Oh my
but yeah,
gosh.
they all did really terrible. And so you that's why you end up with things like 66 to
And
158.
for Brandon's team, Leonard Fournette had a down day. If Leonard Fournette had a good game, Brendan's got 175 points. Oh my goodness.
Dude, this guy is murdering us. But yeah,
Oh, we're in trouble.
we
We're in
also have
big trouble.
the team versus the Pennsylvania Boneheads, which is two friends of ours.
Yeah.
118 to 102. We have my dad versus Harrison, 139 to 131.
Who's winning that one?
Very close. So Harrison has what, three people playing?
Yeah.
And my dad only has one. But the difference is he has Stephon Diggs.
Who has
45
Diggs?
points.
Who has Diggs?
My dad.
Oh, Harrison's screwed.
Yeah, literally Stephon scored 45 points.
Oh, and that game's not even over. Diggs has three
Game
touchdowns.
isn't even over versus three of his players who have respectively scored 30 points overall.
Yeah.
So
That.
Harrison's looking to lose this one somehow, some way. But
Yeah.
my dad got lucky with Stephon.
All
He
right, and
got
that's all we
but
got for football because we're probably
yep,
going to get time locked. And in baseball, as I said, I was at that Fred Nats playoff game against who was it? Lynchburg, yeah, Lynchburg Hellcats. That the atmosphere there was absolutely amazing. I got a rally towel. I left it in the car, but yeah, I was gonna wave it. It was pretty cool. It was an awesome experience to see them win that playoff game, and then it all went south from there.
yeah.
It was,
Also Wednesday I got hooked up with I got some of the extra terrible towels, by the way.
hey, let's go.
Which is, well, not terrible towels. They're just towels,
Yeah, the Fred
but
Nats
they're
towel.
rally towels. They're really
Yeah,
cool.
that was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
but yeah. So Thursday, Friday, the season kind of came to a halt as they lost both games and were kind of booted from the playoffs. Pretty sad.
Yeah, the offense got left in Fredericksburg after Tuesday night. It was not pretty. And
Yeah.
well, it was an awesome season. We had some awesome nights at that stadium. I was there with Radio Road Crew. I was there with some friends some nights. It just an awesome season. And we look forward to having some awesome Fred Nats baseball in 2023. So
Yep.
good season.
Nationals. Now we're gonna do a little bit of that. So two for the week. Now
2-4 on the
no
week after tonight.
yeah, but the big thing that people care about is Strasburg out forever. So honestly, he
Probably.
has had some very, very concerning comments about his recent injury. Quote, I feel like every time I've had an injury, I felt like I was gonna be the best there is coming back, said Strasburg. This is going to be one that's still definitely a question mark. Which I don't think he's coming back, honestly.
Yeah,
And if he
in
does come back, he ain't
Strasburg,
gonna be good.
it was. I think that also that Fred Nats game that we went to, we might have seen the last of Steven Strasburg. Now this is the first time I've actually thought about it. That could have been his last game.
Yeah.
It's sad to
It's not
think
fun to say.
that from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows, from pitching in the World Series, and after that, just having absolutely no production whatsoever. That and the Nats, the money through that. The Corbin deal is down the drain. Patrick Corbin has not done anything since pitching 2 innings in the World Series. Steven Strasburg hasn't done anything since the World Series. Ugh, the Nats, this is bad. Local
No
baseball.
kidding.
I mean, the Orioles are looking up later, but it was not that way tonight. And we'll talk about them after you cover your Pittsburghs.
Yeah, so Pirates, we're gonna do this real quick. Get out now. Listen, well, everybody will get out the brooms because the Pirates were involved in two sweeps this week. First, they swept the Reds, but the part we don't talk about is when we got swept by the Mets, which,
Oof.
yeah,
Everybody gets swept by the Mets unless you're the Braves.
true.
And you have the Orioles. They swept the Nats, and then they lost 2 of 3 to Toronto. And oh, holy moly! And you have the Vikings nearly running a kickoff all the way back.
Huh.
But yeah,
Dang.
back to the Orioles. It was bad series. Other than on Sunday, you have Adley Rutschman nailing it and taking the lead as the Orioles came all the way back to beat them. The Toronto's not Maple Leafs. This is hockey. I'm waiting for hockey season. They beat the Blue Jays all the way. It was 5-4. Yeah, it was 5-4. And yeah, they lost tonight to the Tigers 11-0. And I correct myself. That was not a kickoff run all the way back. It was a blocked field goal that the Vikings managed to block and nearly run all the way back. So it's still 24-7 in the third quarter. Yeah. As you can see, I have TV in the background.
No, we cannot see, but
But you
uh,
can assume.
you can assume, yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho, Los Angeles Angels star Mike Trout homered in his seventh consecutive game, one shy of the
Ooh.
major league record, but the All Central leading Cleveland Guardians posted a 5-4 victory on Monday night.
Oof.
And we also have Aaron Judge hit 2 home runs this week and is going up to the 59th on the year, just behind the all AL, whatever that means,
Yeah.
home run record.
And the other night you have Albert Pujols hit his 698th home run, and the chase
Yeah,
for
he keeps
700 is
charging
really
up.
kicking it up there. And yeah, the Braves are also coming back in that division. They're getting closer and closer.
Hmm.
And college football, we do have a lot this week.
Yeah, so starting with Penn State, we have the Nittany Lions put the beat down on the fading fast Auburn Tigers, 41-14. The defense had some very bend but don't break moments in the game. Now the offense capitalized on a great rushing duo, including Nicholas and Singleton, who is averaging 15 yards per run. That's
Woo.
big numbers for
Yeah.
a big team. Hopefully we have a good season. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Virginia does have one statistical thing above Virginia Tech this year, as they beat Old Dominion, but it was close at a close final at 16-14, and it came on a field goal that was kicked as time expired on the clock. So, yeah, Virginia teams are not doing very well against their in-state rival in Old Dominion. Now, Virginia Tech did get back on track as they beat Wofford 27-7, as the Eagles have intercepted Kirk Cousins again. So
Hmm.
no surprise there. The Marshall, our Thundering Herd, after beating Notre Dame from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows, as they lose an overtime thriller 34-31 to Bowling Green, which was
Oof.
quite unfortunate. And
Yeah, we
then
also have Maryland, 34-27 win over SMU. Now they need 14 points in the fourth quarter, while giving up 0 to win this one. So
yeah,
yeah,
the Terps are coming all the way back, and they're playing against Michigan this
yeah.
week. I'm
See how that
not picking
goes.
the I'm look, I'm not picking the Terps to win this. But Michigan is really, really good at losing to teams that they're not expected to.
True.
So maybe the Terps can do something.
Maybe. JMU is about
Ilya
50.
Tagovailoa. Hey, his brother had a monster game on Sunday. Who's to say that Tulia Tagovailoa cannot have a monster game on Saturday to take out Michigan?
Yeah. Anyhow, that's all we have for that stuff.
Yeah,
But
that's all for those.
with
We do have.
without NHL, we are going to jump to the dad jokes. Now, I have a little sport
Oh,
collection here for you.
I was going to talk about the race cars. It was a big week in
Uh,
race cars.
all right.
So, it was a Russian roulette table at the NASCAR track this week as
What?
all the Fords decided to have their good old tire issues, and the Toyotas decided to have their power steering issues. And yeah, pretty much everybody had problems of some sort, which led to Chris Buescher, a guy in NASCAR who has not won a career race since 2016. And to put that into perspective, how old was Skippy in 2016?
8.
Yeah, Skippy was tiny, and I was tiny too.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
look
and
like a
either
you
way,
look like
yes.
you look like what was his name? The chipmunk from Alvin the Chipmunk, the one with the
Which one?
glasses. What was
Simon?
his name? Simon. You looked like Simon when you were little.
Oh, I won't deny that. Oh my gosh. But yeah, Chris Buescher got his second career win, and that caps off it was a sweep by non-playoff drivers. Guys who did not make it into the playoffs swept those races. And you had Kyle Busch having massive issues. He blew another engine, and then he ended up getting eliminated. You also had Tyler Reddick get caught up in a crash. He got eliminated. Kevin Harvick had a loose wheel. He got eliminated, and Austin Dillon, who's not really expecting to get past the first round, got eliminated too. So the points reset as they head off to Texas this coming week, and Texas is the worst track in NASCAR. That's the one race I might actually voluntarily miss. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Oh yeah, and Chase Elliott, because the points reset, he's back on top. So yeah, what are the jokes this week?
All right.
Because the later we're doing this at night, the funnier the jokes are because
Now, Timmy,
the bar is very low.
what are the rules for zebra baseball?
What?
Free stripes and you're out.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, that one was pretty good. What should you give a soccer player on his birthday?
What?
A red card.
Wow!
Wow. China should have a cricket team. They can take out the world with one bat. Wait, that's oh my gosh.
That was
That
was
one was
really bad.
quality.
That was really bad.
Alright. Hey Timmy, do racing drivers ever stop during a race?
You tell me.
Well, yes, when they are getting tired.
Oh, oh, you clown.
How do how do basketball players keep cool on the court, Timmy?
You tell me, boss.
They play right next to the fans.
Oh, oh. The more we do these, the more bipolar they get. They're either the most funny things on the planet or the most cringe things on the planet. We had a mix of both this week.
What?
The bat
No.
joke, that was funny.
But
I
guess what,
don't
Timmy? We're
care
not
what
done.
color
We have
you
one
are.
more. We have one more.
That's
We have one more.
funny.
What do hockey players do when they meet an opponent?
Oh
What
no.
do they do? What do they do?
You tell
They
me.
break the ice.
Oh,
Oh, this is
okay.
these were quality.
They were very up and down, I will say.
What do you mean up and down?
The zebra one, that was
That was great.
that was
Wow, I'm insulted.
That's okay. What's our potatoes?
Oh, let's get to the taters. The, whatever they're called. I don't know. Potato of the Week, my fantasy team, all the players in it. I have done terrible, and I've just nominated myself. No, actually, we're gonna switch this up. The Tiny Whitey's #1 fantasy team is the Potato of the Week, just because of how terrible it is. It's because I can't deal with it. Well, Potato of the Week, we have the Pirates hitting. On Saturday, they had their 1,355th strikeout on the season, passing the 2012 team for the most in franchise history. They followed that up Sunday, striking out 20 times in Citi Field Sunday, trying tying the MLB record for the most punch outs a night in a game. That is really bad.
Whew.
Really bad, really bad. Jared of the week, we have the FedEx Field parking pass costs $60.
Yeah.
Take the metro, people. That's
Yeah, we're
terrible.
taking the Metro. We are taking the Metro to the week
I'd
five
rather I'd
game.
rather walk for an entire week than
Yes.
do that. Super Taylor Week, we have country singer Luke Combs lost his voice for a concert. Now instead of canceling it, he kept the show going and refunded all the tickets with the condition that the crowd would lead the singing, which is
Was a really awesome moment. I saw it online. That was really sweet. Luke
yeah,
Combs. So I've always respected Luke Combs. I've always loved his music, but that puts another level of respect for him as a person on there. I a lot of respect on that.
yeah, very cool. Now, so this week we have the Appalachian State Mountaineers beating Troy with a 53-yard Hail Mary on the final play of the game. Now, if you haven't seen the
Yeah.
clip, tis
Appalachian State is pulling off miracles left and right.
yeah, it was a crazy. Now we have a silly goose of the week #2, the
Oh,
sequel. So, a cousin of mine who I believe is his freshman year at Purdue beat out 140 other students for the seventh spot in the Purdue Soccer Club.
hey, good
So
on
big ups to
him.
him.
That's
Yeah.
good. All right, now as I get this link to load, we pull up the country charts this week.
Uh,
All right, we don't really have any new entries. We have a couple re-entries with Keith Urban, Kenny Chesney, and Old Dominion. And big movers, we got Hardy and Laney Wilson with Weight in the Truck, which is up number 34. We got not really much movement otherwise.
yeah. I mean, it's been
Top
pretty slow.
Yeah, I mean it's you most of the time it's the bottom of the charts that are all
Yeah.
whack. But right
Okay.
now we have Bailey Zimmerman's "Fall in Love" hanging tight at number 15, and
I was thinking somehow Parmalee Take My Name dropped, but then came back one
why?
spot.
Yeah, well, how I don't know
Why?
why it's
Why?
still
Why?
there. Okay, last night "Lonely" did get pulled, so
I'm
it's
so annoyed
dropping
about
like a
that. It
rock.
was a good song.
I like last night "Lonely." And now you have last week's number one with "The Woman You Love" by Justin Moore dropping all the way down to number 5. And You Proof by Morgan Wallen moved up to number 4. The thing about You Proof is it's solid, but it's not a top tier Morgan Wallen song. There's Morgan Wallen has so much more potential. The
Yeah.
song that came out right before that, when Thought You Should Know, is miles better than You Proof. Much
Agreed.
deeper. I love Thought You Should Know. I think that's like it's where Morgan Wallen's straight up songwriting has grown so much. Look, nothing against Whiskey Glasses. Whiskey Glasses was fun. Whiskey Glasses was really fun. But Thought You Should Know is deep, and I really like that one. And I think that song deserves a lot more than what it got.
Yeah.
And now, hanging tight at number 3, we have "Kind of Love We Make" by Luke Combs.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice to see that up there.
Yeah. And then the numero uno of the week.
And number 2, we got
Oh
"Truth
well, yeah,
About."
number two, of
Yes,
course.
yeah, we got "Truth About You" by Mitchell Tenpenny moving up from number 4. And the song of the summer has finally done it.
She had me at Heads Carolina at #1 finally.
Yes, sir. Finally,
Took us a bit,
this
but it's
song,
there.
I cannot. I've been waiting all summer for the song to hit number one, and yeah, it's really nice to see that song finally hit the top. I think so many, so many good things I have about this song, and yeah, it's
It just did it well.
yeah,
It did what it was supposed to do very
it hit
well.
it right on the head. A mix of nostalgia and adding new ideas to it at the same time,
Yeah.
which I think is a very hard line to walk. I think a song like that has not been hit directly on the head perfectly since All Summer Long by Kid Rock with Sweet Home Alabama.
Mm,
Oh,
yeah.
either because there are multiple songs that have done that, like with name dropping old songs. You've had What's Your Country Song with Thomas Rhett. You've had Songs About Rain by Gary Allan. What else is on there? Old Love Song by Zach Brown Band, which wasn't it was just calling back old songs. And then you had a Song for Another Time by Old Dominion. That was pretty good. But yeah, I'll continue this jibber jabber next week about
Yeah.
that as we are
There
running
you go.
out of time.
As always, as we always
I
somehow do.
we were a little bit short on time this week because you had that curtain thing you had to deal with.
Oh, oh yeah. We kind of had a little tragedy, but it's we don't talk about that.
Yeah, that was funny.
But yeah, there you go, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
log on to the Zoom call and he's there with like clothespins and stuff. He's like,
Let's-
eh,
don't
eh.
expose my methods of hanging it up.
That was funny though. Like that.
You can't let the people know. They don't need to know.
Yeah,
Yeah, there we go, everybody.
I don't need a background. I'm on the couch. I'm watching football over there.
I is your dog like? Are you not worried that your siblings just gonna come out randomly?
It's 10 o'clock at night. They're all dead asleep.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Well, the dog's
All
right
right, ladies
there.
and gentlemen, that
Piggy. Nah, she's
Meg's
asleep.
a
Dog's
Meg's a
asleep.
good girl.
Dog's asleep.
Yes. All right, but that's all, folks. All right, but that's all we have this week. So yeah,
Sad Goose Sports Talk.
of the mostly sad Goose Sports talk. So yeah. Now, if you enjoyed today's episode, please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and we will see you all, hopefully, in the next one. Keep
Sir.
on honking.